Warning, just letting you know that I tried to be funny with my intro, but it might come off really cringy, so I'm sorry about that. And also, I thought I didn't have a phone to use for this clip I did, and I ended up using one of my dog's toys, but I fully realized that in the background you can totally see a landline phone. So, just pretend you don't see that. It was kind of embarrassing now looking back on that because I so could have used a phone. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, I mean, the first blind date was fine, but you know how when time passes and then you think about it and it was like, well, you know, it could have been better. You kind of think about things that could have been different. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like hesitant about doing another blind date. I just don't think it was the best idea, you know? Hold on. I'm gonna have to let you go. Someone's ringing the doorbell. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, okay, bye. I feel like I'm literally getting deja vu. There's no one there. Okay, I'm just gonna check just in case. Let's see. Okay, I literally don't remember ordering anything, so oh no. Not again. Yes, you heard that correctly. It is time for another blind date with a book. So I did this last year, obviously, and it was really fun, so I decided why not do it again. If you guys also want to get a blind date with a book, I'll put the link where I got this from in the description below. But I believe that this is a thriller. I think that this is probably going to be an adult thriller. So obviously it's got a bit of a yellow theme going on. I'm not sure if that correlates with like the cover or anything like that. And if it does, I don't have a lot of yellow covers, especially of thrillers. So my hope is that one, this is a book that I don't own, but also I hope this isn't a book that I've already read. But I do have a backup plan. If this is a book that I have read already, I will pick a different book from my shelves. There are a couple of books up here, actually maybe just one, that I got from a blind date with a book like a year ago that I haven't read. If this happens to be something that I've already read, I have a backup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this baby up. I'm sure you're all waiting, and I've been waiting because I've had this for like a week, so I'm really, really excited. So obviously first you got a little bookmark. It looks like you can probably color it in if you want. I'm probably not going to because I'm lazy. And then we've got a yellow highlighter. I'm not sure if these are actually good because, to be quite honest, I think these bleed through pretty bad, like this brand. Because I think I have a blue one and it bled through pretty bad. So I'm probably not gonna use that, but I like the idea. And obviously we've got the tabs. It's like yellow and peach and, you know, orange. So I'm not sure, again, if that correlates, but we'll see. Just the detail in this is really, really cute, but I'm probably not gonna really keep any of these little stickers or anything like that. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna tear this thing up, so let's go ahead and do it. And I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm gonna really, really hope that this is something that I don't already own. Please be something I don't already own. Oh my gosh, I feel like, oh, can I bend it? I didn't mean to do that. I'm feeling it. I don't think, this doesn't feel like anything I have. Okay, do I own this? Oh my god, I thought it was a Good Girl's Guide to Murder because of the back. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is something I've never heard of. Where He Can't Find You. Long Red Thread, Someone's Dead. Okay, by Darcy Coates. I've never heard of this author. Don't walk alone or the snitcher will find you. Or the stitcher, wait. Don't walk alone or the stitcher will find you. Don't stay out too late or the stitcher will take you. Don't close your eyes or the stitcher will remake you. What does that mean? Abby Ward lives in a town haunted by disappearances. People vanish, and when they're found, their bodies have been dismembered and sewn together in unnatural ways. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that movie. What is that one movie? Oh my gosh. I don't know. But is it the work of a human killer or something far darker? She and her younger sister live by a strict set of rules designed to keep them safe, which is why it's such a shock when Hope is taken. Desperate to get her back, Abby tells the police everything she knows, but they claim their hands are tied. With every hour precious, Abby and her friends are caught in a desperate game of cat and mouse. They have to get Hope back quickly before too much of her is cut away and before everything they care about is swallowed up by the darkness waiting in the tunnels beneath the home they thought they knew. This reminds me of, gosh, what is that movie? Oh my gosh. What is it called? What is it? Why is this escaping me? What is it? Where'd you get those? Where'd you get those eyes?
What? Am I literally gonna have to look this up right now?
I literally had to look it up. Jeepers Creepers. That's what this reminds me of. That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna... Wait, that is the coolest thing ever. This is not a graphic novel, but they're bonus illustrations. Look at this. And then, check this out. Look. It's like a comic book. Anyways, I'm excited to read this. But yeah, let's go ahead and read Where He Can't Find You. And who knows, this might be a really good, creepy thriller. It seems very promising. Like, I've never heard of this concept before in a book, but obviously it does remind me of the movie, but I hope it's not like exactly like the movie. It already seems a little bit different. Let's go ahead and start this book.
Okay, you know, I fully realize that this video is coming out during Bookmas, but we don't even have the house decorated yet. We still have our fall stuff out still, like, still have the fall blanket, but it's fine. I wanted to give an update. I don't think I mentioned, I'm gonna try to keep everything spoiler free, just in case you guys want to read this book, because honestly, like, this book is, it's really enjoyable, and it's very different so far. Like, I can fully picture this being like a Halloween movie. Like, I could so see it being like a thriller that comes out during the holidays, like not holidays, like during Halloween, like Scream, or, you know, what is that other, is it Scream? I don't know, I can't think of any more. Like, that's just the best example I have, because you have this group of friends that know that something in the town isn't right, but like they stay together and they have their rules that they keep for each other, and they keep each other safe. I really like the way this book is written, because it's written in third person, but you get like everyone's, basically almost everybody's POV. Like, all of like the kids, they have their own like point of view. Abby is the main character, I guess you could say, but we still go into the different friends and we see like what they're kind of dealing with. Right now, I am basically halfway. I'm on chapter 20, and just now, I think it says on the back. Okay, yeah, it says on the back that Hope gets taken, which is Abby's sister, and that basically just happened. The whole town knows about the Stitcher. The police know about the Stitcher, but they can't like find anything. They can't find the person that did it, but the kids think that it's this old man named Charles Vickers. And honestly, I don't think it's him, not because like it would be obvious, but I feel like he is trying to find this Stitcher person or thing. We don't even know if it's a person or a monster. Just the way they describe like how this thing does these murders is crazy. Like, I already mentioned on the back, like, people vanish, and when they're found dead, their bodies have been dismembered and sewn back together in unnatural ways. That is terrifying. There is something so weird going on with our main character, Abby, her mother. Abby's mom is obviously psychotic. She's going through this mental breakdown. Abby tried to bring her mom food. She's like, "Mama, dinner." And it's so sad because Abby's so young. She's like 17. The mom like went up and like looked at Abby through like the window or some sort of peephole or something. And she's just staring at her. Like, imagine your mom just like nothing behind her eyes, just like staring at you, but then like literally grabbing you by the shoulders and then like just banging her body against the door. That's literally what was going on. Obviously now Hope is like gone. So I don't know what happened to her. And obviously Abby and the gang think it's Charles Vickers. I don't think it's Charles Vickers. The reason why they think it's Charles Vickers is because he had like the red thread, and they think like, oh, why would he buy that? Because the telltale sign of the Stitcher, if the Stitcher is nearby and he's about to kill, is if the red thread is around. If Charles Vickers ended up being the culprit, I would be disappointed. Of course I want it to be somebody that hasn't been suspected the entire time. I think he's trying to like lure the Stitcher in or something. I think he's trying to figure it out. Only thing I don't know is when this Stitcher started the attacks, because I think that would kind of narrow down some things. Or it could be multiple people. If you guys want to read this book, I would definitely get the copy with the illustrations, because it's really neat to look at, and I'm really nervous to like, I don't want to look at other illustrations, but I kind of want to. So far, so good. This blind date might work. It might be a good date.
Would you guys care if I did a little unboxing moment? Because I'm really excited about these. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. I ordered from this site called Olive June. My friends told me about it, and it's basically like Korean skincare products. I got this thing called Medicube. My friend was like, this is good for pores. And I was like, okay, good, because I got some big ass pores. So hopefully this will help. And the next thing I got, so this brand beauty of Joseon, this red bean refreshing pore mask. This is actually an accidental purchase. I forgot to take it out of my cart. And the main thing I wanted to get was the Relief Sun SPF. It also has rice and probiotics in it. I'm really excited about this because I really needed some new sunscreen. I've been using the CeraVe one, but I wanted something that was kind of like lighter and not like shiny, because I feel like the CeraVe one kind of makes my face shiny. A little feelsy. Ooh, this is so thin. It's very like lightweight. Wow. And it also came with this daily tinted fluid sunscreen. Oh, they sent me a sample pack. What's the lightest shade? Oh, look at that. Wow, that's so cool. I'm probably this middle one, or I'm probably either of these two. And another thing I've been excited to talk about, if I can get this open. Oh my gosh. Okay, so on a more book related note, I actually got sent this, which is so fun. I'm not sponsored or anything. I actually got sent a reading journal from Clever Fox. So thank you so much, Clever Fox, for sending me this. I have actually been kind of interested in having a reading journal, and I know I did. I kind of tried to do one of those like more creative reading journals. I'm not creative at all, and I basically gave up on that real quick. And I like the idea of having a journal that already has its own set of prompts, because I'm so lazy and I'm not creative. So I actually have not looked at this at all yet. I wanted to kind of look at it with you guys. So actually they come with this thing, and it says how it works, and then you flip to the back and it shows your book review. So this is what your page can look like. Another thing that's really awesome is the questions that it asks, like what did you think of this book? What will you take away from it? What was the aim of this book, and how well did the author fulfill it? One sentence book review, that's really, really cool. I really like the idea of that. They also have a reading log, a daily reading tracker, like did you read every day of the month, and then they have books to read. That's cool. A reading list. This will actually be so helpful for like my wrap-ups, because I'm really bad at like writing things down. I've been writing things down on a Google Doc and looking at my phone. Really useful. Oh my god. Oh my god. A pouch for stickers. Shut up. And there's stickers in here. Shut up. There's a sticker that says too predictable. And that's actually really, really cool that there's like a pouch for the stickers. But yeah, I'm gonna use this in January and I'm gonna try to keep up with it the best I can. I'm really, really excited. If you guys wanna pick one up, these are actually relatively cheap for what you get. I mean, you saw all the features it has. I would definitely check out their website. They have all kinds of planners. I've actually bought the financial planner from them before, so I have used their products. And without further ado, it's time to finish the blind date with a book. Here's a little bit of an update. I did read a little bit more. I have like a chapter left. I don't remember what page I'm on, but I'm almost done with the book. Really, really close. And the more I read this book, the more it reminds me of It and Jeepers Creepers. Like, I think that this book is perfect if you like those kind of movies. I can imagine like the events that are happening. However, I do kind of wish that I had a little bit more description on the characters. I know their personalities, but I don't really know what they look like. I'm just kind of assuming. I don't want to like spoil anything. I'm not going to, but is this the best thriller book I've ever read? No. Plot twist wise, there was something, but like not anything like exponential. Okay, I'm gonna spoil something, so if you guys don't want to hear about this book, you can skip, like if you want to read it, skip so you don't get spoiled. But I do want to talk about like a little bit of what is going on in the book, because I'm having a really hard time trying to like be vague. So did you skip? Skip. So basically this book is turning out to be paranormal. This thing that's the Stitcher is a monster, and I think that the legend that they talk about how there was this person named Silas and he died in the mine along with other miners, and the mom of Silas, she desperately wanted her son back, and she literally like sewed him back together. And the people thought it was for the funeral to have an open casket, and it wasn't just for that. It was actually for like other reasons, and I don't know how I don't know what happened, but I guess something paranormal happened, and he ended up going back to the mine. And now, since people's bodies rot over time, he gets new parts by collecting these people and killing them and then sewing them to himself, choosing the body parts that he wants. And that's creepy. That's what reminded me of Jeepers Creepers. Obviously in Jeepers Creepers, he would take body parts that he wanted from people to put on himself. So that's kind of reminding me of that. And the part that reminds me of It is the friend group. Like they're literally walking around going in like tunnels, and they're also like riding bikes around and being just this really tight-knit friend group that just reminds me of It. That's literally the only reason why it reminds me of that. And the vibe and the setting also. We learned that the man, Charles Vickers, is actually a descendant of Silas, and he actually welcomes Silas with open arms, and he helps him get his victims, right? And that's what we learned so far. And Hope is alive. She was taken by the Stitcher, but her arm is gone. Her arm is literally gone. And Abby and Reese, which is a guy that I haven't even talked about at all, but Abby and Reese, they went in the mine tunnel together because that's where the Stitcher is hiding and has all his victims, or his victims' body parts, sorry. And they were trying to save Hope, and they are now trying to get out. They're trying to get out, and I don't know how this is gonna end. I truly don't know, so I'm a little nervous. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this book because it's time to finish it and see how it ends. And I kind of hope that the mom, like Abby and Hope's mother, ends up being okay, because right now she's just psychotic. Oh, also another reason why this reminds me of Jeepers Creepers is because there was this lady that escaped the Stitcher, and that was pretty rare because no one had escaped the Stitcher. And the cats, like she has a lot of cats, and the cats and the animals like all freaked out because that meant the Stitcher had a victim, and the animals were like freaking out. And that reminded me of Jeepers Creepers as well, because that's literally what happened. Like the cats all like ran towards like all ran away. Let's finish this book and see what my final rating and review is. And we'll see if this blind date was a success or a flop or just mid.
Too lazy to go get my mic, so you're gonna have to deal with the background noise. I've been sitting here for a little bit watching booktube, but now I'm gonna finish this because I'm kind of ready to be done with it. Not in a bad way, but I just kind of want to see how things turn out, and we don't have much left. I'm on chapter 34, really, really close to being done with this book. So let's get into it. I don't know why that was so aggressive. All done. I think the concept of this book is very interesting. Don't follow the red thread. That means like someone's dead, like a body's nearby. I think that's very like fun and interesting, and like that's a cool concept. But I just don't think that this kind of book is for me, and it kind of seemed to drag on, and I'm just very surprised that like a bunch of kids figured out everything and not the police, you know. But I'm trying to like keep in mind it's a story. I liked the vibes that it gave, the environment of like it, and also just like the vibe. I don't know, it felt very much like a Halloween fall scary movie book. That's what it felt like. And I think that this is probably for people that like this specific genre. This specific genre is not my favorite, but I think like for me it wasn't bad by any means. There wasn't really anything that I thought was like weird. Towards the end though, when everything's kind of wrapping up and you know you're trying to like put everything together and everything's happening, there's a lot of action going on, I do kind of feel like some of it I could picture in my head, but some of it I could not picture in my head. I was kind of having a hard time figuring that out and like being like, wait, what did I read? Like I had to read like sentences multiple times to kind of understand what was going on. I think like if anything I would give this like a 3. I do think I like the first book I read for Blind Date with a Book better, because that one was just kind of like more true crime-esque, while this one is more paranormal, mystery, gory kind of vibe, right? But I like the vibe of this book more than the other one, if that makes sense. I think this was still a success. This book was interesting. Like I said, I like the concept. It just reminds me so much of Jeepers Creepers, and I think that the author took a lot of inspiration from that. I would have liked a little more plot twist, a little more something. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. And it's crazy that I haven't moved out of this spot for like an hour, so anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!